What's going on, guys? I know I haven't made a video in a while, but this is how the Supra stands as of right now. uh, the only thing is missing, that I personally think is missing, is a rear diffuser. Currently I haven't found any that I like, so I'm gonna go ahead and so what I went ahead and decided to do is make my own. So I just bought this sheet of aluminum, and what I'm doing now is I'm gonna try to cut it to size. That's why you see this. I already went ahead and drew a line here. That's how long from one side to the other side of the bumper is. I'm gonna cut this side off, and then I'll probably cut it in half. But first I want to go ahead and get rid of the access material. All right, so I went ahead and cut it. This is the length I wanted, and this is the width it's gonna be. The cool thing about the sheet was that I was able to make two of them. So there's one right there, and then there's another one over here. So if for whatever reason one of them doesn't work out, or it works out but I want to make improvements to it, I have a second one. So this is the easy part. I think the hard part is gonna be try to adding a radius to one of these sides, and then mounting it on the car. Mounting it on the car is going to be pretty simple. I already have a rough idea of how I want it to look. I already have a visual of how I want the splitter to look, but I kind of want to add like a little radius, kind of going like this. I've never bent aluminum before, so that might be hard. I'm not sure where to even get started on adding that bend, but hopefully we don't run into any kind of issues. But if I do, like I said, I have a second piece that I could go ahead and utilize. So let's go ahead and see what happens. So it's another day. I think I'm about to stop because it's about to rain, but this is how it currently looks. I was able to manage to get this radius here, and I think it looks good. See, it has a little scope. But yeah, this is how it's turning out. It's turning out pretty good. Now that I have the radius, what I could go ahead and do is I could go ahead and mock it up on the car and see how I'm gonna go ahead and mount it, and then actually cut it to size. Once I'm done with that, I'm gonna go ahead and measure out where I want the fence to go, and then I'm gonna go ahead and make some slots, and then I'll try to see if I could go ahead and record that progress. But so far so good. I'm gonna be able to make two of these, so hopefully this one looks good. Hopefully I remember how I'm doing it, that way whenever I do the second one it goes a lot smoother. But yeah, so far so good. All right guys, so it's the next day. It started raining yesterday, so this is currently how it looks. I think it looks pretty good. Move this. So I went ahead and did the radius over here. I already drilled the holes for where it's gonna line up. So it's gonna mount right here and right here and right here and right here. This is level with this. This is how it's gonna look from the top. It's kind of hard because the rear bumper is it's not straight like this. It's kind of curved. So this is not really sticking out that much. But yeah, this is how it looks from the side. I think it's gonna look really nice once it's finished. Alright, so what I'm gonna go ahead and do now is I'm gonna go ahead and make some brackets that go here, here, and then the back. Once I go ahead and do that, the next thing I'm gonna do now is race the car. I'm gonna have to cut the holes here for the exhaust, and then I'm gonna go ahead and find a mounting point. That way I'll be able to mount it, but I already know what screws I'm gonna go ahead and use. Alright, so we'll go ahead and do that and come back. Alright guys, so I think this is what, day 3 or 4 of working on the splitter. I mean the rear diffuser. I don't know why I keep calling it a splitter. So everything's pretty much mocked up. As you can see, I drilled 2 holes. The first one was an error. This one was an error, and then I went ahead and corrected it, and it was this one. So make sure you line up everything twice, and then just drill once, because you don't want to have a bunch of random holes. So this is how it's going to be able to stay to the rear bumper. I made the 4 little brackets, Z shaped. Those are pre-existing screws, and for the rear I have 2 mounting points, which are going to be here and here, and you can see where they kind of go. And then I also put two holes there. So that's where they're going to bolt up, and then in the rear I'm going to try to see if I could get some spacers or something. That way I could kind of adjust the way it flows over here, but not in the back, because that's kind of going to be pretty flat and flush. But yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I'm still not really sure the way that I'm going to want the rear to go. I'm not sure if I wanted to just go like this or go like this and then kind of have an indentation where this goes and then keep going. Try to decide what looks better, and then I'll probably keep making some more progress on it. But pretty much that's already good to go until I decide if I want to shape this for the reverse light or leave it as is. If I leave it as is, I just have to drill the holes for the rear, mock it up, make sure everything fits, and then shave any kind of excess that I need to. And I still need to work on the corners, either have them rounded off like this or just like this. So we'll see what I decide. All right guys, so I went ahead and test fitted everything. Everything's already mounted to the car, the hardware that I'm gonna use it to support it. Next thing I'm gonna go ahead and do is put some little fins. So I went ahead and made a template of how I wanted it to look. So this is how it's gonna kind of look, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and trace them out on the extra sheet of aluminum. I'm gonna go ahead and cut them out, and then I'm gonna go ahead and mount it up to the car and see how it looks. I'm not sure if I want to do 4 or 6 fins. I guess I'll figure that out later. I know I want one here, here. So that's 4. It's going to be 2 and 2 on each side, and I'm not sure if I want to add another one over here or not. But I guess we'll see how it looks on the car, and then I'll decide if I want to add a total of 6 of them or 4. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that, and then mount these up to the splitter and see how it looks. Alright, so this is how it currently looks. I have 4, and I'm working on the other 2 for each side. So I'm going to put one right here. That's going to be the center of the exhaust cutout, and as well as over here. So walk over here. I already have I think this is for the right side. Yeah, the right side is already done. I'm just gonna trim the left side a little, and then I'm gonna go ahead and mount it up and see how it looks in the car. But so far it's coming out really well. I'm gonna go ahead and get that done, mount those up, and then we'll see how the finished product looks. since this has been a multiple day thing and I kind of have to drive the car sometimes even though we're in quarantine, I went ahead and made little brackets here, and I just kind of leave these. These are already painted black, just so I could hide them for the meantime. That way I don't have to be taking them off and on again. I'm not gonna get those power coated. I'm just gonna get the rear diffuser power coated, and hopefully it'll look good. So let me go ahead and finish this up, mount it on the car, and I'll show you how the semi-final product will look. Alright guys, so this is the finished product. I got it back from the power coaters today, and I think it came out looking pretty nice. This is just dirt. So it's power coated, and as you can see, it matches the rear of the car really well. It's kind of like matte black, but it has some kind of texture to it. Overall, it looks pretty good, and I think this is what the car was missing. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Leave any comments down in the comment section below, and I'll try to answer them as soon as possible. Thanks guys.